Taylor Cabrera, the 21, and Corey Castell, number 10X, serving row number 2. Row number 3, the 1R, Ricky Thompson on the inside. Bentley Gray will be on the outside in number 9S. The Ryan Shanahan, number 32, and Dave Rogers back in the car this year. The number 1 machine will be on the outside. Robert Gage, the 01R, and Fire Swamp, the number 88, will round out the field.
Tyler Swamp, that's the little kid.
Officer number 4, green flag.
That young kid from last year?
Heat number 2, number
88, yeah.
Couple of cars getting together right at the front of the field. Travis Black, one of those cars involved, and one guy going around. Travis Black and Dan Wright getting together over in turn number 2. Wright's going to end up facing the wrong direction, so caution flag going to come right back out onto the speedway.
Swamp kid, where'd he go?
He was right here.
So obviously 0 laps in. We'll get him lined back up. We'll try it one more time.
I didn't see him go back by.
No, he made it on them pits.
Great having the good folks from the Bob Johnson Auto Group joining us here in our 2021 racing season, not only sponsoring our Dirt Car Sportsman division for the year, but you can also see the big banner right down there in Victory Lane, the Bob Johnson Auto Group Victory Lane here at Am Speedway. This side, but made his way back out. Did not lose a lap, obviously, because we haven't taken the green. Swamp last year started out the year running in our limited sportsman division, had a few feature wins on the year. Young kid making the long trip down from Hogansburg every week. Joining us here again this evening.
They raced there Saturday night. Hogansburg.
So the field knows the tail tries it one more time over in turn number 3 and 4, green flag is in the air. Taylor Cabrera is going to jump out to mirror the lead off turn number 2 down the backstretch. He will lead him. Corey Castell is going to settle into the number 2 spot. They'll head to turn number 3 and 4 for the very first time through the north end of the speedway. And it'll be the number 1, Dave Rogers, on the outside. Rogers Dig Race Products, number 1. Rogers, a former champion here in the sportsman division down the backstretch, holding on to spot number 3. Bentley Gray right behind him now. Gray's going to settle into that number 4 spot. Got the Ryan Shanahan from 32 RS chasing him off the 14. Shanahan looking right at the back bumper of Bentley Gray down to turn number 1 and 2. Gray goes up the hill, opens the door from the inside off turn number 2. Ryan Shanahan trying to get to him, can't quite get a nose alongside. Battle shaping up, spot number 2 right now. Corey Castell has it. Dave Rogers wants it in that number 1. Take him off turn number 4 down to Dave as well. 1 and 2, Corey Castell able to hold on to that second spot. Dave Rogers all over the back bumper as they'll exit turn number 2. Bentley Gray continues to hold that 4 spot with Ryan Shanahan chasing him. Then it's Robert Gage looking right in the back of that battle into turn number 3 and 4. Cross flags will be out this time. Dave Rogers steps up and left that time. Taylor Cabrera trying to open up about a quarter straightaway lead over the field. Off turn number 2, they will go. Castell up the hill, opens the door to the inside for a second. Dave Rogers not close enough to take advantage. They'll head to turn number 3. Best battle on the speedway is for the number 2 spot right now as they work off the north end. Castell right to the middle of the inside. Dave Rogers can't find a line to get by him. He gets close this time. Now he'll look to the inside, down the backstretch. Watch as they head to turn number 3. Rogers trying to put a nose underneath. Parallel flags coming out this time. Timo Taylor Cabrera brings the field down the first one. Corey Castell. A masterful job putting out the number 2 spot in the 10 ride. Castell right through the middle of the speedway. Dave Rogers right there on the back bumper. Can't quite get to him. The number 32 of Ryan Shanahan able to jump up to the number 4 spot as they head to turn number 3 and 4. White flag will be waving. Final time around. Cabrera opening up that advance. Now here's the pass off turn number 4. Dave Rogers finally opens the warning. Corey Castell, they're not done yet. Castell looked right back to the inside, but Rogers able to hold him off. Turn number 2. Down the backstretch, they will go Shanahan 4th. 5th right now is Robert Gates as they head to turn number 4 for the final time. Checkered flag coming out. Taylor Cabrera is going to score the win. He'll be followed back to Ryan by Dave Rogers. Third with the number 4 Castell. The 4th spot will go to Ryan Shanahan. And he'll be followed coming off the top 5, the 01R of Robert Gage. So Cabrera's going to score the heat race win in number 2.
Where to get my legs?
Heat number 3 rolling out onto the racetrack. Jordan Kelly will be in the number 2 here tonight. Jordan Kelly back in the race car with us after taking a year off. Delbert LaGrose, number 71, will be on the outside. Jamie Brown's 10B will sit inside your second row. On the outside will be Josh Rayom in the number 91. Dalton Ramos, number 41, will sit inside the third row, and outside him will be Justin Gadbaugh in the number 18 ride. Kevin Ward, that beautiful number 8, sits inside row number 4. Outside him will be your defending a track champion here in the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman Division. That is Tyler Corcoran, and rounding out the field will be Dustin Hutton in the 7D.
Here they go.
Final overturned at number 3 and 4. Green flag in the air. Jordan Kelly's going to take the field off turn number 2, but very quickly working to the inside of the speedway as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Jamie Brown went right down to the bottom of the racetrack. They'll come off turn number 4. Jamie Brown picks up a couple spots on lap number 1. Dalton Ramos chases him. Ramos going to drive up to the number 3 spot. Now here comes the 91 of Josh Rayom. Rayom goes to the inside of Delbert LaGrone to the bottom of the racetrack. Rayom will go. He'll hold on to spot number 4. Fifth is LaGrone. Here comes Tyler Corcoran. He's in spot number 6. Takes him off the racetrack. Now gets up to the 5 position. He'll look at the back of Josh Rayom. As they work off turn number 2 down the back stretch, they will head. Jamie Brown trying to close the gap on our leader out in front of the field. Jordan Kelly takes him through turn number 3 and 4. Kelly using the high line all the way around the outside of the speedway. Brown trying to close that in. Trying to reel them in as they go to turn number 2. Josh Rayom continues to hold on to that 4 spot. Tyler Corcoran about a half a car length back. That battle shaping up off turn number 2. There goes Corcoran inside of the racetrack, side by side. He and Rayom will head to turn number 3 and 4, and there is contact between those 2 cars. And Tyler Corcoran going to take that long slide all the way up in the concrete wall. And Rayom also is going to suffer damage as he's going to
Yellow,
roll
yellow,
off the
yellow.
top of turn number 1 and 2.
Yeah, he
That's
went up
gonna
in the
bring
air.
the caution out onto the racetrack.
Tried to run the same place the other guy was running.
Yeah.
They were side by side in turn number 3, wheel to wheel. They made contact. Tyler Corcoran immediately slid all the way to the outside of the racetrack. Josh Rayom, other end of the speedway. He's got rear end damage. Looks like a flat left rear on the 91 ride. So he's sitting all the way to the top of turn number 1. The reason for the caution coming out. Well, best lap so far of this heat race. Jordan Kelly, your leader, turning a 22.151. That was on lap number 2 for the number 2.
Oh.
Can you help them?
Where you gotta go?
I go to the bathroom.
If you
Where's the lock?
Right there.
get the walker down there and get back.
Yeah. You want it down at the bottom of the stairs?
Yeah.
Well, as we said, Jordan Kelly
Oh.
in the number 2 here tonight. That is a couple weeks ago here on series night. That car was driven by George Stanford. Tonight it does have Jordan Kelly in the cockpit. That is the Chris Thurston ride. I just had to ask a question about who the number 2 car was out there the last couple of weeks. And Christine Thurston says, yep, that's Christopher's car, so it should look familiar. Now I see the roof. Okay, I get it now. Okay. The roof is the only old body panel on it, all new sheet metal on the number 2. Josh Rayola all the way at the top of turn number 1, still waiting for assistance. Out of the race car, taking a look at the damage to his beautiful number 91 ride. Well, as it would be on opening night, you do have some mechanical issues. We have 3 wreckers here at the Speedway, and apparently one of them died earlier, and they're having problems with another one. So we're kind of running on one leg right at the moment here. Hopefully we'll get the other one back up and running, but that is why Josh Rayola is standing all the way up at the top of the turn number 2. Again, if you're at home, we want to thank you for joining us here on DirtTrackDigest.tv. I'm looking over Pam's shoulder right now, looking at the feed. Last year they made me watch the races on monitors all night long. Tonight I get to look out the window, which is kind of neat. But you got a good shot right there. Mike's got a good shot from the rooftop here of Josh Rayola sitting outside the race car over there. Pam and I are nice and comfortable here at the tower. Mike's up on the roof. It's windy here. It's cold. Oh, yeah. You're going to hear about that all the way home, Pam. Mike, we're glad to have you back here at the Speedway. Mike does a phenomenal job on the cameras. Last year, of course, broadcasting a lot of shows here from Can-Am. They did, I think, every show we did at the regular season last year. Mike caught some phenomenal action up there. He always seemed to be right on the action whenever we had an accident. We were able to go back, look at instant replay, and 99.9% of the time, Mike caught it on camera. The guy does a phenomenal job, and he's a great asset to PTD TV, and we're glad to have him joining us here at Can-Am. Maybe I get the A-Team all year this year. You never know. We'll have to see how that works out. Now here comes our wrecker back again, once again. See, Van Castle's here helping us out. We'll take a look ahead, I should say, at our schedule, some of the special dates we've got coming up here into the 2021 racing season. Just a couple weeks away here. On the 28th of May, it'll be our Memorial Day special. Special like that will be the Dirt Car 350 Modified, Dirt Car Sportsman, Dirt Car Pro Stocks, Thunder Stocks, and Limited Sportsman. Our regular divisions will all be on the ticket that night. That is May 28th, Memorial Day weekend here in the States. Hopefully you'll join us for all these shows. Then we look forward to June and one of the biggest, best races in the North every season. Ladies and gentlemen, it is back after a long time. It was on a hiatus. The Bartlett family brought it back a couple of years ago, and we're going to run it again this year. The Pap Shootout, one of the biggest races of the year here. The 358 dirt cars will be our headline division. The Empire Super Sprints will be here on the 30th for the Pap Shootout. It will also be the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman Series race that night. So we'll have a lot of series cars here in the Sportsman division. But once again, small block modifieds, super sprint cars, the Empire Super Sprint, and the Dirt Car Sportsman Series race. All on the line on June the 30th here for the return of the Pap Shootout. Looking forward to July. We've got one special night in there among all our regular shows. On the 16th, we'll have the Patriot Sprint Tour. It's been a long time since the Patriot Sprint Tour made its way to Can-Am. So the sprint cars, a different division of sprint cars will be here that night. It'll also be the Ron White Memorial Night for the Sportsman Pro Stocks, Thunder Stocks, and Limited Sportsmen. August, a bunch of regular shows stuck in there throughout the year, and then believe it or not, I'm already looking at September on our schedule here. The 10th and 11th, and once again, it'll be the showdown in September. Friday night, September 10th, the Dirt Car 358 Modifieds will be here, along with the Dirt Car Sportsman and Pro Stock Series race, and the Dirt Motorsports Nostalgia Tour. That's when they bring back the old coupes and sedans from years ago. Guys get out here and do a little bit of racing with us. And then the following night, September the 11th, obviously, we will honor America on September 11th. We remember all those souls that we lost all the years ago on September 11th, 9/11. We will definitely remember that. We're also going to honor the great voice of the Can-Am Speedway and motorsports throughout upstate New York, the John Burr Memorial that night, as we honor the great memory of John Burr. We'll have the Empire Super Sprints again that evening, along with the Dirt Car Sportsman. The Bob Lights will make their first and only trip in for the year. The Bob Lights who were here every week last year will be on the ticket. The Thunder Stocks will be here, and then a second night in a row, we will have the Dirt Motorsports Nostalgia Tour for the old cars once again. So track safety lights going off, we get ready to go back to green flag racing action here for qualifying heat number 3. Four laps in the books, so you're ready to fire back the light over into turn number 4, Mike LeClaire. Puts that green flag in the air to number 2. Take it down to turn 1 and 2. Kelly trying to hold the lead. He's got company in the outside as they work out turn number 2 down the backstretch, trying to close that gap as they head to turn 3 and 4. Jamie Brown right there with him. Brown now looks to the inside of the racetrack as they swing off turn number 4. Down the front stretch, and chases down to turn number 1 and 2. Now Ramos going to be the next car in line as they swing through turn number 2 down the backstretch. They will go. Ramos up to the number 4 spot. Now we got a battle front of the field. Jamie Brown puts it over to the inside. To the outside is Kelly at number 2. Brown squares it off to the inside. Kelly gets the hold of off down to the 2. Parallel flag around the Speedway for this third of 4 qualifying heats for the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman. Down the backstretch they will go. Jordan Kelly, 2 car lengths, car and a half out in front as they work off turn number 4. White flag will wave this time off the north end. Jordan Kelly Jamie Brown second, this time was off the 4th spot. Continues to be Dalton Bravo in a side-by-side battle for the 5 spot as they work off turn 2. Kevin Ward to the outside. Ward's going to take the spot away from the 71 of Delbert LeBron as they head down to turn 3 for the final time. Checkered flag coming out as they come off turn number 4. Jordan Kelly, the number 2, is going to score the win. Jamie Brown will be second. Dustin Hunt's going to finish in the number 3 spot. He'll be followed back to line by Dalton Ramo with the number 41. And rounding out the top 5 cars will be the number 8 of Kevin Warren.
You come back up?
No, he's just.
So one more
It's gonna
qualifying
be a while.
for the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman Division. This is the way they will line up. Eric Nyers, number 34, is going to start inside row number 1. Outside his will be Delbert LeGros Jr. in the 71X. Row number 2 will be Mike Fowler's number 410 Machine and Kyle Sharp in the number 12S. The Jack Meeks number 1 and Jonathan Murphy number 62 will make up row number 3. Row number 4 will be Nick Haywood, the 29 to the bottom of the racetrack. Mike Haywood female will be along on the outside in the 2X machine. And Greg Henry's number 15 will round out the field.
What one is this?
Kyle Sharp
Sportsman.
having problems with
Pacer?
the
No.
Mellowbrook Vineyards number 12S right down
Pete.
here on the front
Pete.
stretch.
Yellow, remaining yellow. Push truck needed down front.
Is it limited?
No.
Six flats or 8?
No, this is still sportsman. Regular sportsman.
Still
Okay.
caution flag remaining out here. Sharp able to get it moving once again. The 12S will go to the outside of the racetrack. Not sure if you got a problem with the transmission, what the issue may be, but we'll have to wait and see if he gets it into race mode, if he does head back toward the pit area. Kyle Sharp looks like he's got it fired up this time, so he will drive around to the rear of the field. Well, Kyle Sharp will come around, got the car fired up, so he will go to the rear of the field as we get ready to go to green with heat number 4 for the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman Division here tonight. 38 sportsman cars called to action here tonight in Can-Am. Great turnout once again from the sportsman division. Sportsman classes have been growing at every speedway throughout our state. They are fast becoming one of the biggest classes that we have in New York State.
No start.
Green flag coming out. Eric Nyer, the number 34. Brand new colors on the 34 this year. Looks to bring him off turn number 2. He's got LeGros to the outside. They'll drag race off turn number 2 down the backside. Head towards turn number 3 to Natasha's Kitty Shack number 34 of Eric Nyer out of Carthage, New York. Slides to the bottom. Delbert LeGros, the 71F. The scene in New York, the LeGros Motorsports ride side by side, wheel to wheel off turn number 2. And a great battle up front between these two veterans as they head down to turn number 3 and 4. Battle continuing front of the field. Now you're able to take advantage. Drove down to the turn number 3 a little bit deeper. He'll take over the early lead. Brings him down the front. White Fowler now making the move. Fowler drives up to the third spot. He'll work outside of Nick Haywood. Haywood tried to put a nose on me. Couldn't get alongside. Now Fowler makes a run down the backstretch towards the inside of the LeGros number 71. Fowler right in the middle of the speedway. Nick Haywood right there on his back bumper. Haywood tries to square it off a half a room over. Nick Haywood trying to stuff the nose to the bottom of the racetrack. Can't get underneath the Mike Fowler number 410. Fowler now looks to the inside of LeGros. He'll come even turn down the backstretch. Side by side battle for the number 2 spot. Fowler right in the middle of the racetrack. Nick Haywood just following him as they head to turn number 3. Now on turn number 4, cross right car out. Mike Fowler able to clear the cover of LeGros number 71, and so will Nick Haywood. Haywood comes to the inside, trying to take that spot as they head down to turn 3 and 4. Jack Meeks holding on to the next spot. Meeks holds on that top 5 position as they go to turn number 4 this time. He'll look to the outside of the racetrack, trying to get a run over the road. Can't get quite to the back door. Meanwhile, it's going to be Eric Nyer leading the field by about 6 car lengths, 7 car lengths now down the back. Just got a great run off turn number 2. And just as I started counting car lengths, he opened up a sizable lead over the Mike Fowler number 410. Fowler gets through turn number 3 and 4. Better looks yeah. This game was going to either way to the lead. If they go to turn 1, now to turn number 2, he takes over the third spot now from Delbert LeGros. They'll work off turn number 2 down the backstretch. They will battle.
White flag.
Turn number 3 this time. Mike Fowler comfortably into that number 2 spot. White flag is coming out as he continues to try to get on Eric Nyer. But here comes Nick Haywood. Haywood trying to close that gap. Down to turn number 2. Haywood filling in with about 4 car lengths of Mike Fowler down the backstretch. Fowler able to pull away. Got a good run off turn number 2. Checkered flag is waving as they come off the north end of the racetrack. Eric Nyer is going to score the win. Followed by Mike Fowler with the 410 and Nick Haywood with the 29. Finishes at the number 3 spot. He's followed by the 1 on Jack Meeks. off the top.